Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We have a couple of announcements to make before we get started. Tomorrow we'll be having the Green Tara Empowerment beginning at 10 in the morning. And you're warmly invited to attend. It is a... yes, it's a pure vegetarian requirement to attend. Also, I believe you need to have refuge in order to participate. Refuge will be given. So that's at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So no eggs, no bacon for breakfast. Okay? You can put cream in your coffee, but and then I think that will be it for Rinpoche's teachings this weekend. Jada Rinpoche will be arriving next week on Wednesday, and there will be a series of teachings and empowerments with him. You're welcome to join us here, and we're going to begin the prayers in just a moment and invite Rinpoche down. If you could please take your prayer book, Prayers Before Teaching, and turn to page 5. All right. Omahung, Omahung, Omahung. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajavahum. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. Page 6, taking refuge. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Aryan Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merit from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Aryan Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merit from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Aryan Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merit from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all the numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimaginable oceans of samsaric sufferings and lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Purification of obstacles toward listening and teaching of the Dharma. Teata shame shamaviti shamata shatru ankure mankure marazite karute keori tezawati oloyani vishuddha nirmale malapanaya kukure kakagrase grasane ommuki Paramuki, Amuki, Shamitani, Sarvagraha, Bandhanane, Nigrihva, Sarvapara, pravardina, vimukta marapasha, sita pitva buddha mudra, anu gatita sarva mare, putsa rita pari shuddha, vigat santu mara sarva mara karmani. I prostrate to the gathering of dakinis of the three places, coming from the supreme holy site of space enjoying, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical emanation, and regard practitioners as their offspring. Aka samaratsa shadara samaraya pe tayata gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha. Through the power of the great truth of the words of the exalted three jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May all the evils such as enemies, obstacles, and hindrances and adverse conditions be pacified. Shantim Kuruye Soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse, harmful conditions. May everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary, superior happiness. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually offered and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard. Once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajgiri at Vulture Peak Mountain, together with a great gathering of the Sangha of monks and a great gathering of the Sangha of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered the samadhi that expresses the Dharma called profound illumination, and at that same time, noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, while practicing the profound Prajnaparamita, saw in this way. He saw the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said to noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, how should a son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice the profound Prajnaparamita? Addressed in this way, noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, said to Venerable Shariputra, O Shariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound Prajnaparamita should see in this way, seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form, form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Shariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness. No eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dharmas, no I dhatu up to, no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dharmas, no mind consciousness dhatu. No ignorance, no end of ignorance, up to no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, since the bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of Prajnaparamita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas of the three times, by means of Prajnaparamita, fully awakened to unsurpassable true complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Prajnaparamita, the mantra of great insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequaled mantra, the mantra that calms all suffering, should be known as truth, since there is no deception. The Prajnaparamita mantra is said in this way: Tayata Om Gate Gate Para Samgate Bodhi Soha. Thus, Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, should train in the profound Prajnaparamita. Then the Blessed One arose from that samadhi and praised noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is. O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice the profound Prajnaparamita just as you have taught, and all the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Venerable Shariputra and noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, that whole assembly in the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One. We'll take a short break while we invite Rinpoche down.
transmitted power to a different Roshi. He's taking over that. No. The other Roshi is taking over the Daigosatsu Zendo. Because Sherry's been doing both the Zen Center here.
Everybody please stand. Please offer 3 bows or 3 prostrations. Please turn to page 21 to offer a mandala. Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung. Om Vajra ground Ahung. Here is the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Vajalin Ahung. The outer ring is encircled with this iron fence. In the center, the king of mountains, Mount Meru. In the east, the continent Purva Videha. In the south, Jambudvipa. In the west, Aparagodania. In the north, Uttara Kuru. Around the east, the subcontinents Deha and Videha. Around the south, Chamara and Apara Chamara. Around the west, Sata and Uttara Mantrin. Around the north, the subcontinents Kurava and Kaurava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish-granting tree. In the west is the wish-granting cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here is the precious wheel. Here is the precious jewel. Here is the precious queen. Here is the precious minister. Here is the precious elephant. Here is the precious and best of horses. Here is the precious general. Here is the great treasure vase. Here is the goddess of beauty. Here is the goddess of garlands. Here is the goddess of song. Here is the goddess of dance. Here is the goddess of flowers. Here is the goddess of incense. Here is the goddess of light. Here is the goddess of perfume. Here is the sun. Here is the moon. Here is the umbrella of all that is precious. Here is the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all the possessions precious to gods and men. This magnificent collection, lacking in nothing, I offer to you, my kind and holy root Lama, together with you, venerable lineage Lamas, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Losang Tuwang Dorje Chang. Together with the assembly of gods, I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted these to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings through your great compassion. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon, I offer in visualization as a field of Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, anger and ignorance, my body, my wealth and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. Venerable holy gurus, in the space of your truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of the profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Om Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all the realizations of the path from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Vajra state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances in the path may not occur, that I may cease all wrong conceptions and receive immediately the two precious bodhicittas. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Oh, good evening. So, thank you for coming. Tonight's topic is very easy, dealing with difficult relationships. Why I say it's very easy is because this is the topic that everybody faces. That's why I say it's easy. And what is difficult is how we are going to face up to it. The truth is, with difficult relationships, we must first know where it starts. It is not a comfortable topic. It is an easily recognizable topic, but it's definitely not a comfortable topic. The purpose of us to learn about Buddhism is not to go to heaven. We must understand this point first. We are not aiming to go to heaven. If you want to go to heaven, you don't need to learn Buddhism, isn't it? Right? Many monotheistic religions says just believe and you go to heaven. But even with belief, many people before going to heaven is already in hell. So it is not a matter of just believing in any religion, but it is according to Lord Buddha, his wisdom for us all is first we must now understand and accept where this come about, where these things start from. So the most important thing is, are we our friend? Do we friend ourselves? Do we befriend ourselves? Many a time we are very upset when other people, we always think we don't have friends. I got no friends. Or other people, according to Singlish, don't friend me. Right? Singapore English. Singapore English start from people learning English from speaking only Mandarin and dialect. One of the very rare persons that speak English very well of his generation, two, I guess, over here is Janice and Kaiman. They would know the struggle of that time studying only in Mandarin, and then after that suddenly everything switched to English. So what is this thing about people are telling us, I don't friend you? And all of us face it. Suddenly people are very good, and then after that, for no rhyme or reason, they just don't friend you. They just don't friend you? Or I just suddenly just, maybe they say, I don't like your face, then I just don't want to be your friend. Or suddenly you decide you don't like my face, and then you don't want to be my friend. So this is a real term in Singaporean English. Singlish, they say, I don't friend you. And also they say, I don't like your face. It's true. They really say like that. Basically is, I don't like, doesn't directly mean I don't like your face. Just I don't like your expression. I don't like your behavior. But they don't know how to say. Equates to, I don't like your face. But what does I don't like your face really mean? Now this is the question. We go deeper. We go deeper. Look at Buddha. You like his face? You like his face? Do you realize anywhere around the world, whatever the religion, the moment people see Buddha, it means spa. In spa, people like to put Buddha. You realize? Spa, people like to put Buddha, even as decoration. Garden statue, people like to put Buddha. You think Buddha mind? No, Buddha don't mind. The benefit of seeing a Buddha, even when you are angry, you still accumulate merit. Of course, merit here, we say in a way that people can understand. Say, oh, you accumulate merit. Like you, even if you are very angry, you still gain money. Like that. Some people ask me how to explain merit. Due to our own desire for money, I use the word money. So merit. So you look at Buddha. Do you feel calm? Do you feel a sense of serenity coming from him, and he is imprinted in us? That's why in meditation it is important for us to keep on meditate and look at the Buddha. Because we cannot get this serenity from looking at another person's face. Okay? Why? Because when we are happy, we like this face. We don't like, when you're not happy, you don't like this face. Singlish meaning. So this don't like your face really means I'm triggered. It really means I don't like because I'm triggered. It has nothing to do with you. I'll give you a good example. How many of you don't like people with tattoo on the body? Right? There are people who just don't like people because they have tattoo on their body. Actually, tattoo is their own human right, you know. They want the tattoo, it's up to them. But they are just people like ourselves. We are triggered because we want and we think and we feel should be like this, must be like this, therefore I want like this, so therefore we all do like this. Anything out of the ordinary, I get upset. So what's the crux of the problem here? It's actually you and I, we who are triggered, we are the troublemaker for ourselves. We are the troublemaker for ourselves. Therefore, when you say, are you first your own friend? Many of us don't even like ourselves. And therefore, we want to find somebody else to like us. Many of us don't like ourselves, don't know how to deal with ourselves. Therefore, we look out for somebody who can fill the emptiness or the hollowness in our mind, our feeling, our thoughts, and our life. That's why Shakyamuni Buddha said, if you really want peace and you really want to be free from samsara, he literally advised, become a monk, become a nun. Because at least the clock agrees, right? At least. So let's have patience for this time. Or, you see, the choice is we have patience for this time. Or we can also choose, say, let's enjoy the sound of the chime. Some people who are impatient will choose patience. Some people enjoy, then enjoy the sound. Right? So, when we practice Dharma, like remember, what we are is what we get. If you're orange and we squeeze ourselves, we get orange juice. You cannot get watermelon juice. But Buddha gave us many methods for us to transform ourselves. Okay? But before we talk about the methods of transforming ourselves, do you agree that we are the ones triggering ourselves? Do you agree? Right? Nobody can trigger us, actually. Only you can trigger yourself. That's why some people go to school, no problem. Some people go for ballet class, no problem. Some people go for martial arts class, no problem. Some people just cannot get out of the house. Some people are afraid of spiders, some people are not. Some people are afraid of dogs, some people are not. Is it a problem with the spider or is it a problem with the dog? Or is it our own problem? Okay? So, as we can see, the root of the problem is self-cherishing. Because of my self-belief fear, I cannot allow other beings to be themselves. And it is because of me, And so therefore, what does it equate to in modern American English? Do you know what it means then? I only learned few years ago because this word kept on coming out in the news. Is it called narcissist? At first I thought it's narciss, the flower, Narcissus? You know? There's a flower, what's it called? Narcissus flower. Then they say person is narcissist. Now I got mixed up. Right? I got mixed up. Right? And so, if I don't like, and therefore you cannot like, it's narcissism, right? Right? But if I don't like, and I recommend to you that this is because whatever the reason, then you decide whether you want or not. Then it's a different story. That's why Lord Buddha is not narcissist. He gave us 100% freedom. You want to take the vow? Take. You don't want to take the vow? Up to you. He said, Devadatta, Lord Buddha, his own cousin, created so much problem for the Sangha, thinking that it will create problem for him. Buddha said, you are where you are. Buddha never thought of Devadatta as the problem. How many people tried to harm the Lord Buddha? How many people tried to defame Lord Buddha? It's not that Lord Buddha didn't face these situations in life. He, even after enlightenment, had these situations. Right? Even His Holiness Dalai Lama also had situations. Right? So then, We think. We have to logically think. If even they are in situations, then how about each and every one of us? We are all of us, including you, including me, must accept that we are all called work in progress. And so, therefore, some people suddenly give up practice. This is also a work in progress. Why? Because you must understand they have fear. They start to have fear. And therefore, many people give up Dharma practice because they have fear. Because Dharma practice is, I did say this before in Singapore, Buddhism is not for everybody. Because Buddhism ultimately is there for each and every one of us to get to know ourselves. And when we get to know ourselves, do we really like ourselves? So what's the easiest thing to know whether we like ourselves? Do you know how? Do you want to know how? Okay. But it is also the easiest to use to judge other people. Okay? But I'll tell you anyway. Okay? I'll tell you anyway. But please use it not to hurt others, but to understand everybody is work in progress. But for ourselves, you must know. Use this method to know, oh, I understand now. This is as such, like this, like this, like this. So therefore, I must agree to make changes. I personally must agree to make my own changes. Okay, even though difficult, even though uncomfortable, but I agree to make changes. So what is that thing? It's whether we have addictions. Anybody who has an addiction. Okay, so addiction is not necessarily addiction to a physical thing. So some are addiction to smoking, some are addiction to drinking, some are addiction to shopping. Now better, online shopping. Don't even need to go out, right? We get more and more things. Then addiction to eating. There can be other things, addiction to sex, addiction to friendship, some other even deeper things. Okay? Those earlier ones are physical things. There are some other things that's non-physical. Addiction to meditation. Addiction to other people giving them approval. Do you like me? Is it you don't like me anymore? Do you want to be my friend? Are you upset at me? Did I do something wrong again? Okay. It is in a way funny, but in a way difficult. Because everybody has gone through that. Some other addiction is addiction to running away. Something happened, I don't know how to deal with it, I run away. Okay? And some of you are teachers, some of you are working in your own profession. I know, at least over here, I see psychologists, I see doctors, I see teachers, right? And everything. So, you know what I'm talking about. Right? Everybody faces the same thing. The common thing is to run away. That is the most common thing, is to run away. To give up and pretend as though nothing happened. My guru one time said something that blew many people's mind, because there was a group I was I was attending to my guru, and there was a group from Taiwan and Hong Kong in the monastery came to visit, and many people asked my guru Geshe Lama Kuncho at that time. So my guru was sitting on his bed, eating, drinking tea, and sometimes he would take a spoonful of the dry champa powder and put in his mouth, and then he sipped the tea. And then it's not, so it doesn't use the hand, so he just like this, sip the tea, and then. So many people telling there was translator, keep on translating to Lama. And then Lama listen, smile, very patient, he listen. After that, my guru said something that blew every one of us, even me. Everybody was blaming, complaining, justifying, Then you know what he said one day? He just told them, and it was about the time when they were leaving. Everybody was looking for a solution from him. You see? Everybody waiting for a solution from him, because everybody knew that he was super famous for his meditation and his divination, and really my Lama, he never took the Geshe exam because of war and everything, but really everything whatever he knew, whatever he could do was way beyond the so-called labeling of a Geshe and a Rinpoche. He said this: all your problem is found by you. So the translated very well. All your problem is found by you. And everybody was like, not very comfortable. The next line was even better. That was the one that blew me beyond atoms. You know what he said? He just looked at everybody, and then he still like this, then he said this, just like you all, you make baby, and when baby is born, you don't know how to handle the baby. Can you deliver, return to sender? Actually, do you know what he's saying? When you make the problem, and when you find the trouble and the baby is born, you cannot return to sender. Right? You cannot put the baby back in, make the teenager become small baby and go back into the womb, and then after that return everything to sender. Cannot, right? You understand? But the way he expressed in Tibetan and broken English, really blew me to pieces. He said, yeah, we all find our own problems because we don't want to face one problem. We want to find another thing to cover the first problem, and then find another thing to cover the second problem, and then find another thing to cover the third problem. So what is the problem? Is we don't want to understand ourselves. Shakyamuni Buddha, before enlightenment, he was crown prince, right? And then he left the palace, and then he became a hermit for 6 years, doing everything, achieving everything his earlier gurus asked him to do. But still he couldn't find the answer for birth and death. Why? What's so special Shakyamuni Buddha to me is he found the answer beyond birth and death. And what is that answer is? What is the cause for rebirth? And that cause for rebirth is the same exact cause for our bloody recurring problems. We keep on 转牛角尖英文怎么讲？ cycling. Yeah. Keep on going round and round and round going this. We are the one find our own problem. We keep on wanting to be addicted to our own thoughts and ideas, which we believe is real. Actually, free time we should always take a walk in the cemetery and look at the headstones. How many of us, if you stay in the old house, you try to find who is the person who built that house, the history. And then who is the first owner, who's the second owner, who's the third owner. And then you try to think, first owner of this house, how much time, effort and everything he took to build and design the house that he wanted. Today, can anybody remember that? No. So you look at ourselves. We look at ourselves now. All our hopes and our dreams, all our fears and all our idiosyncrasies will continue because simply of only one reason. Because we still like it. It's like somebody fall in love. We tell you, you fall in love with the wrong person. Never believe. Right? Never believe. Why? Why? Because we are attached. What else? Feels good to have something better than nothing. What else? Nobody got anything to say. It's okay. But you know why we don't say? Because actually we know. Everybody got burned. Right? Everybody got burned. Because we don't want to listen to advice. Because we believe we want to go for it. Now the truth is, you know, it's not a matter of the getting burned. The reality why we all suffer like this, when people advise us, this is not good, that is not good, and because the good way to see it is we really want to find our own truth and our own path. This is the tantric way to see it. Whatever the bad, we use it to see it good, make it good. But whatever that happen, an ordinary way, we can say, because of ignorance, because you're stupid, because you don't want to listen, they keep on finding fault. Right? So, in the tantric practitioner, then we say, this person don't listen, this and that. If you use this attitude in a good way, that person actually may have realization and awakening. And awakening, like I said, look at Lord Buddha now. Now you maybe see more glistening, more bright. Simply because we added more lights. We clean and we offer a new layer of gold. Right? We clean and everything. So the reality is, the Buddha is still the same Buddha. It was up to us who put the effort to make something happen. So our life right now in samsara is still the same life. It is up to us to put the effort to see the good in it. Whether we can all come together, make the effort to practice, to do something better. Like, now we have temple building, right? We can come together, there's a meeting point, and not going outside, and then come together, then listen, and then help one another. More you run away, the worse you become. This is not threatening you to, if you don't come temple, means something bad. I'm not meaning that. I am meaning, what I mean is, wherever you go, that's why you see, I don't know whether you hear these things before, but for me, when people come to me for consultation, every time, right, I hear these things. Oh, Sifu, Rinpoche, I got problem. I go to this place, I face this problem. After that, difficult that I leave. Right? Everybody talk bad about me, Wow, I feel very difficult. Wow, I work so hard, but everybody talk bad about me, so it's very difficult, so I leave. Then I find another job. Then again, it's the same thing. I work very hard. No, I do very good, but still many people talk bad about me. People don't like me. Then I resign. Then go to third place. Again, many people talk bad about me. And then I work very hard, and then and so what is the pattern you are seeing? Do you see a pattern? The pattern is people talk bad about me, and the pattern is I work very hard, and the pattern is I choose to run away. And it's a reality. So, in one way, this person's grit in running away, if we use that grit to become a discipline to stay on and face him or herself, face ourselves, definitely there will be a breakthrough. Definitely there will be a breakthrough. Because many people, when it comes to studying Buddhism, and then, study Buddhism as a subject, very easy. Practice Buddhism repetitively, also very easy. Consuming and digesting Buddhism, internalizing it, is the part that you have to start to give up something so that you can absorb something. It's like 1 cup, right? You want to put 1 cup of water, you want to put 1 big piece of rock sugar, definitely some sugar, then some water come out. Takes some time. The sugar need to really surrender to absorb the sugar, to dissolve. Right? This is what is meaning of cultivating the Buddhist mindset within ourselves. When you have this Buddhist mindset within ourselves, later on, the word of the text doesn't matter, because it starts to become the wisdom behind the words and not focus on the words. That is more awakening. The wisdom behind the words. Why was it said? When was it said? To whom it was said? How it was said? You see? Yeah. And the time it was said. Daytime or nighttime? Where? Before or after food? Right? Many things we have to see. Many things we have to be aware. Right? So if you want to talk to somebody when the person is very hungry, nothing goes in. Right? You will talk to somebody when the person is hungry and eating, also nothing goes in. When you want to talk to somebody when the person just finished eating, also nothing goes in. Why? After finish eating, right? So when to talk to somebody? When? This need experience. This need experience. You have your experience, I have my experience. The most important experience is you have to ask yourself, why am I choosing to externally call, why am I choosing to be addicted? Can be addicted to eating, addicted to playing. Now everybody addicted to mobile phone. Everybody addicted to mobile phone. Who still read newspaper while waiting? Nobody. Isn't it? 40 years ago, everybody carrying newspaper. Like it or not, the newspaper is there. The newspaper is to cover the face and hide from the problems. Now everybody looking at the smartphone. Right? I learned the smartphone dumb phone version from here. Right? So everybody looking at mobile phone is to hide. Looking at the mobile phone, only one purpose, to hide. Okay? What's the other method of hiding? Most common method of hiding? You want to see? You want to see? Okay? Mobile phone and ear what? Earbuds. Everybody putting this one, listening. Isn't it? Yeah. Whether put one side, put two side, and put on. Everybody is using something to cover. All of us, next life, most probably become ostrich. Right? Because we are in samsara, but we don't want to see, we just put our head in the ground. Don't see means no problem. Right? My guru asked me one thing, one time. I was 18 years old at that time. My guru asked me to do something together with him, watch a real horror movie. Right? And then, that time everybody's scared, right? Then, at that time of the horror, scary scene come, do you close your eyes? Do you use a pillow or a cloth to cover your face? Okay? Or do you stare straight at it and look at it? So my guru told me. So I did, and he told me, he said, I saw you looking but twitching. Yeah, that's what I did. I was looking and it was scary, so and then I was like, but scared but want to see, but half closing. But I didn't take anything to cover. Right? So then he said this. When you cultivate, everything you should see and you should face. Everything you should see and you should face. Okay? And don't run away from the problem. Because when you run away, you don't know how to grow bigger than the problem. Because that means when you run away, the problem is bigger than us. When you don't run away, when you face it and you talk to somebody whom can talk to, can trust, share experience, and somebody who's willing to be there with you. Okay? So it can even be Lord Buddha. It can be your guru. He's there, face, right, our problem, and then we just go through, and it will take time. It will be painful, because we are experimenting things within ourselves to grow greater. So dealing with the difficult relationship with other people don't like me, or I don't like other people, and this and that, or I try to do this, or they try to do that. We try to do something, and then don't know how we can get better, and this and that. Honestly, ask ourselves, do we want to connect heart to heart? Do we want to connect heart to heart? If one, then just do. Don't halfway like this. Okay? Because all of us, most of us, halfway like this. Like, I cannot fly to America and then after that, and I don't like the food, then I fly back, right? Just because I don't like the food. Right? Or I cannot fly to America and then because maybe I'm allergic to something, then I fly back. And then after that, 2 days later, when I feel better, I fly back here again. So rich, eh? So rich, the air ticket is very expensive. Right? So what does it mean? When you're here, when I'm here, when you're here, it's not a matter of dealing with it, but living with it. I don't know whether you have any pets. When you have pets, are you your pet's guru or did your pet become your guru? Big difference, yeah. You have a pet dog, pet cat, pet whatever. You must know you are your animal's god. They eat whatever you give them, whatever you let them sleep, whatever we think we want to receive from God, we give to our pets. Sometimes the other way around, not sometimes, many times I see. The pet become your guru. The pet want to go means go. The pet want to come means come. The pet want to eat, can make a lot of noise. The pet is very demanding. Right? The pet pees and poop anywhere it feels like it. But even you want to teach, the pet doesn't want to listen. Right? So we become trained by our pets. True or true? True? True or not true? Not sure. Right? Okay? Yeah. Okay? So similarly, we have to look at ourselves. How do you want to interact with your pet? You live with your pet, it's nonsense, or you want to train the pet? You see? Because your pet, how you treat your pet is a very manifestation of what is in your mind. You see? I'm using your pet dog, pet cat, pet goldfish, whatever, as to recognize the nature of our personality and our mind. Our mind is not real. You must remember that. Your mind is not you. Why? Because what decision you make when you were 5 years old, was it you? A decision you made when you were 10 years old, was it you? Decision you made when you were 15, 16 years old, was it you? Okay? Every stage of our life, it was us. But are we all those things? This is something we must now look at the reflection on the mirror or water. Am I that reflection? Because we believe that our reflection is us. We choose to believe that our reflection is us. There's something that we must really work on. Because we are not our mind. Okay? Because if you are your mind, then some people who are, how to say, if you are your mind, some people who got in hospital, then they forget things. What do you call it? Dementia, or suddenly you got amnesia. You forget. As there's this sickness also, people just forget, right? Like I went to hospital to see Mike Scully. I was talking to him, right? And then he was telling me that he forgets where he is. He forgets that he's in hospital and he believes that he's at home. Then he calls his wife and asks her where she is. And she says she's at home. And then he told me he tells his wife on the phone, no, I'm at home. You see? So this thing makes me again reflect, are we our mind? Because our sicknesses also can disturb the state or the capability of our mind. So let us grow our consciousness and not our mind. You see, we must separate our Buddha nature from our mind. So, what is the separation of Buddha nature and the mind? Your awakened nature and your mind. The answer is the flame in the lantern. Of course, now I'm using the words that my teacher explained, and now I'm giving my own explanation, but I'm still using the flame in the lantern. Are you the lantern or are you the flame? Do you want to be the light-giving flame, light and warm-giving flame? Or do you want to be obsessed to be, I am this lantern. I'm a Japanese lantern, I'm a Chinese lantern, I'm a Vietnamese lantern, I'm a British lantern, or American lantern, seafarer's lantern. Do you understand what I mean? When you are obsessed with the form of the lantern, which is supposed to give light, and then you forget about the light inside. What we should now allow ourselves, we must allow ourselves to go great. That means the light can go beyond the shell of the lantern. The main thing is to give light and warmth. So when many lanterns come together, like this place, outside it's very dark, very cold, but because there are many small lights, it makes the whole place bright, isn't it? Okay? So similarly right now, one person is weak. But when we agree to come together and talk about it and reach out to help and reach out to ask for help, you realize everybody is the same. And when we can see and experience this, must please all of us remember, when we face all the problems, is because of the lantern. Reality is we are all light. Let us separate the light from the lantern. Then you can really see if we can really be together, you know. Like child is growing up, child give a lot of problem, right? Child is growing up, child give a lot of problem. Or the other way, child is growing up, we love the child so much, child is facing a lot of problem, therefore child don't know how to deal with it, so child reacts like the problem. But it's not that the child is the problem. Do you see it now? The child is not the problem. The child is reacting to the problem. If we react to the problem, we also add on to the problem. But if we can respond as the light in the lantern, to give light, and let them see, you know, the truth is, nobody likes to listen to advice. Like, don't fall in love with this person. Right? Nobody likes to receive advice, and nobody wants to listen and follow advice. The reality is they themselves must know one day, oh, bathing with shit does not make me fragrant and clean. Right? Yeah. Oh, washing my hair with urine will not help. But do you know some people wash their hair with a cow's urine? Right? Then the hair becomes nice brown, orangey color. Do you know that? Huh, let me tell you. You don't know? Really 100% natural and organic. Very good,
Good dye.
Huh?
Dyes the hair.
Yeah, you take the cow's urine and then you wash, and then after that, they wipe the face and everything. Then after that, it becomes wonderful. After some time, then it becomes orangey. If you think I'm lying to you, please go Google to check. Many people in the tribes in Africa, they also do that. Okay, I'm not joking, because I'm free time. I look at this natural things and what the strange things that people believe. And then why I like to watch the strange things. You want to know why? Because I'm observing everybody as a lantern. What labeling they believe. Because you see, people can live in the mountains and live in the everything and then they feel they are 100% correct. They feel they are 100% correct, and because that is their truth. Now you understand? Buddha said, what is the truth? Earlier on in this time I also say, everybody say their truth. Who is telling the truth? Right? I said this, right? Remember? Now I said, now I'm telling you. Everybody is telling the truth. Based on their own belief, culture, perception, right? Their own trauma. And it's always their trauma is based on their own trigger. And their own trigger, again, is based on their own fear, own belief, and their own narcissistic nature. Because I don't like, you cannot like. Because I don't like, you do this to me, I will react so that you cannot do that again. True. Right? It is not a comfortable talk. This is not something comfortable or easy. But that is the reality. The reality is people are falling asleep in the teaching. Right? The reality is people are falling asleep, right? And fall asleep, then what do you want to do? Fall asleep. Can you stop falling asleep? Can you stop falling asleep? You fall asleep, right? Right? So, can I say that I don't like you to fall asleep? Get out. No. So we just continue, and if they fall asleep, sleep. If you fall asleep, sleep. Yeah, it's okay, yeah. Continue, yeah, it's okay. Both hug and sleep together. Right? So it's fun, you see. You take it lightheartedly. Take it lightheartedly that things happen. Things will happen. And we cannot control everything to happen. Like, we cannot control people to like you all the time. But if always it happens that people don't like you all the time, then we have to really think about why is it something about me that people don't like. Maybe my lantern need to repair. You understand what I'm saying? What's the purpose of a car? What's the purpose of a car? Transportation, that's it. But there are people who just I only drive red cars. I only drive this brand or make of car. I only drive Mercedes, Toyota, Honda, Buick. Right? I first time in my life I see this car, right? Buick car. It's American car, made in very nice. Yeah. Right? First time. Today I drove that car first time in my life. Right? I think in
Stand the right side of the road.
yes. I told myself this, okay? Road divider always on my left. Right? But as I was driving, my car slowly going to the right. Then I'm saying, road, look and okay, steer the ball to the left. Right? Because we're so used to driving the opposite side. Right? So everything is awareness. Awareness of what? Mirror, awareness of rear mirror, awareness of what's in front of you, awareness of my feet stepping on the brake and stepping on the accelerator, awareness of my hand. Isn't it? So actually, best thing is all children should go how to learn driving. Because it teach them awareness. If not, something is going to happen. Right? So the best thing before children to learn driving is all children must train in some kind of sports, spatial awareness. If not, when you drive, you're going to crash. Isn't it? So similarly, when we cultivate Dharma within us, it is internal awareness and being to being awareness. Being to being awareness. You cannot stop. We cannot stop the fact that when we go out and mingle, and when we go out, it means we will mingle. We cannot. You saw funny videos of people how they dress up in during COVID time. Some put a kitchen sponge, right? Somebody put kitchen sponge. I don't know. Some people put toilet roll and underwear. Some wearing like astronaut suits. You understand what I'm saying? That time, that moment when I saw this, immediately there I thought, this is so interesting. Look at all these things people doing to protect themselves from external harm called COVID that you cannot control. You cannot control when you come into contact with it, right? Because whether you live or survive or you die from it is based on your own body. And you are ultimately responsible for the strength of our body. I just don't like, I'm just choosing the word I don't like, that the fact that when I got COVID, took so long to recover. I know somebody in my family got COVID twice, only one day recover. Right? They got COVID, other people get COVID, oh no appetite and everything. This person got COVID, super good appetite, super good mood, eat a lot, sleep a lot, and after one day recover. I can only rejoice. Actually that time, very jealous. I tell myself, rejoice in other people's good health. Right? Do you know anybody who recover from COVID in one day? One day? Yeah, you know? Good. You rejoice.
They say no big deal.
They say no big deal, right? Yeah. Oh gosh. Did you all get COVID? You didn't get? Oh, very good karma. Yeah. I don't know good karma or bad karma. Right? But better my mouth say very good karma. Why? Because you didn't experience it yet. But is it going to be experienced? Will it be experienced? Is really, is really whatever happens will happen, But What I'm talking about is wearing the astronaut suit and wearing the this. You see, the fear cause us, bring out the best of us or the worst of us. Really, the fear bring us the best or the worst of us. Like I said, if you cut and squeeze the fruit, you cannot squeeze orange and get banana juice. Right? Somebody actually asked me, say, no, can you get banana juice? I look at the person, banana juice. How you squeeze banana to get juice? Right? Yeah. I say banana puree possible, add water and blend. But banana juice, we have yet to try.
It's very appealing.
Very appealing. Yeah. Right? So, really, sometimes what I want to say is, many people ask me many crazy things, right? Whether it's for the sake of asking or trying to make my life more interesting, I can see it and make my life interesting, or trying to make things difficult for me, right? So like I said, I want to share, live with it. Live with it. We cannot run away from it. We cannot feel, I'm forever. You know what happened is, I'm depressed. I'm scared. I don't want to go. I don't want to go out. I don't want to eat. I don't want to see the sun. I don't want. You see, people who are depressed is because of Soba Rinpoche used this term, self-cherishing thought. I don't want. I don't want, or I want, very strong I, really because of, now, modern English term, narcissistic term. So, depressed people, or people who are in the position of power, they make the decisions based on their own liking, not based on the greater good, then this is really, we need to think whether what is good and what is beneficial or not. Alright? So what is good and beneficial cannot be just based on the whims and the fancy of one person, but something that is really beneficial and meaningful for everybody to have breakthrough. Then that is called meaningful. Breakthrough. Not make people feel happy. Make people feel happy, okay, is called geisha or courtesan, right? Or entertainer, comedian. Make people feel happy. Make people feel good. Buddha are not geisha. Buddha are not comedian. Buddha are not entertainer. Now you understand what you feel what I'm saying? Okay? So I personally always, my favorite thing to do is, sit and gaze at Buddha. Either there's this Buddha Rupa here, very special, very holy, because replica of the Buddha in India, okay, and inside really have the relic of Buddha inside, okay. Just by seeing, just by prostrating, just by making offering, light offering, flower offering, food offering, whatever, fruits offering, you gain unbelievable merits. It's unbelievable. Only thing I say unfortunate is, I don't know whether it's possible. Really, my wish is we can hack off all the walls. Isn't it? Yeah. We can hack off all the walls. Yeah. This is my wish. If not, maybe in future, sell off this property and go and get one hall. Right? Everybody can, one place is just one hall, then the rooms upstairs. But if not, then just like this first. Slowly. Everybody's decision to want to. When this place automatically become overflowing, then automatically things will happen. But set your heart and mind and energy for it to happen. Rather than, I'm happy, then I come. I'm not happy, I don't come. Yeah. If you treasure, you see, the main thing is this. Many people always say, I'm busy. Right? Many people say, I'm busy. My guru say, I'm busy, I'm busy. I'm busy means actually is you are lazy. I'm busy means you are lazy. That's it. My guru he don't mince his words with me. Right? I'm busy doing this, doing that, finding this, finding that, doing everything. Yeah. You are very busy, all the time busy. Yeah. You are very busy finding excuses. That was it. When I was young, my guru asked me to do things, this and that. I'm like the children, I pretend to be busy, lie down, sleep, here, go there, everything there. Yeah. Together with my other Dharma brothers, some of the monks, we go sleep behind the monastery, the hill, where there are snakes. But we lie there and sleep. We tell them, we recite some Buddha mantra, say, please snake don't come near us when we can sleep. Guru will not find us here. Every time we fall asleep, our guru stand there and looking at us. Somehow he knows where we go hide behind the hill and sleep. Take afternoon nap. But we are very busy. Always very busy. Yeah. So what are we busy about? We are busy being lazy. Yeah. We are just busy being lazy. And the busy is a label to tell everybody else that you are productive. But actually, you are counterproductive. Okay? What is the productivity based on? Like, for example, sometimes I ask people to read some books. Right? Ask them to read the book. When I ask them to read the book, they always say, yes, I will do. Oh yeah, I will do. Yeah. But if they don't read the book, they will forever be cursed. It's true. Who cursed them? They curse themselves. Because they curse themselves, they say, they can read so many other books. What is the curse? The curse of not wanting to see themselves. Because they know when they read that book, everything about themselves is there. So when your guru asks you to read a book, it means you are seeing yourself in that book. That's just all there is to it. Because it's not easy to tell you things straight in your face. Because you don't want to listen. Like, don't fall in love with this person. Right? Don't do this. Don't do that. You cannot listen. Because of our own belief, our own ego, our own culture, our own branding. You say, if I'm not like that, then it's not me anymore. Right? If I'm not like that, then it's not me anymore. Like in Singapore, somebody said, because I'm always wearing khaki shorts and white t-shirt, right? Somebody says, if you don't see Guru wearing white t-shirt and khaki shorts, khaki colored brown shorts, then there's not Guru. If you must draw Guru wearing khaki shorts and white t-shirt. Because that's almost like what I wear all the time. Right? There were people actually coming up to me and say, can I offer you some other clothes? Because is it you don't have clothes? I say thank you very much. It's just I got a lot of the same white t-shirt. I say sometimes you see V-neck, sometimes round neck, sometimes no neck, right? Yeah, but it's still white t-shirt. Okay? So the main thing is this. The main thing is, you are, are not what you are wearing. You are not even your mind. Remember that. Let's embrace the sound. So live with it. Something very special about being here, is the siren go on anytime. You realize? Siren go on anytime. Can you stop the siren? There's a purpose why they need to have that, right? So when things go on, live in harmony with it. This is how you deal with difficult relationships. Okay? Because the most difficult relationship is the relationship with yourself. Nobody else. Because see, when we can have breakthroughs and transform, people around you will treat you differently. Because many of us are learning many things and methods to how to change my problem. What can I do to solve my children problem? What can I do to solve my parent problem? What can I do to solve my Dharma brother, sister, their nonsense, their problem? What can I do to solve the leader's problem? How can they do like that? How can they think like that? How can they do? I want to learn the method how I can solve and crush the problem once and for all. Okay? The thing is, first, how you deal with ourselves. So but start to be your own friend. Because if not, you're just wasting money to see psychiatrists or wasting money to see so many things, because many people don't want to face themselves. They want to find somebody else to tell them what to do. Okay? But if you got nobody to talk to, then go talk to a psychologist, maybe it will help. Honestly. But if you got nobody to talk to, maybe talk to Sangha. You got Geshe Tinley here now. Talk to him. Right? Yeah. It's okay. You all should mingle with Geshe-la, offer Geshe-la meals, bring Geshe-la out, offer him food, come visit him, buy offerings, come talk to him and everything. Please mingle with him. If not, he's Captain Caveman here, Yeah. From Tibet to India to Syracuse, can come here to become Captain Caveman. You know Captain Caveman? Yeah. Remember, he got everything inside the beard, right? It's inside his all hair. Right? So whatever you want, he just mumble, and then the thing comes out, Yeah. You know who mumbles a lot? All the lamas mumble a lot, They take after something comes out and then to solve the problem, right? You got situation, this and that. So yeah. So be careful what you wish for. Right? So Geshe-la is the Captain Caveman here. Right? Okay? Enjoy, make full use of him. Talk to him, ask him questions, bring him out, feed him. Okay? Yeah. Good weather, bring him go exercise. Then enjoy, make full use of the geshe, Don't just put the geshe here and let him morning make his own tea, then he eat his own tsamba, then lunch eat the own dry sandal, and dinner eat his food bill $30 a month. You can imagine what he's eating, all flour. That's all, right? So everybody please, come make this lively place. This is your Dharma home, right? Bring the middle-aged man out to, middle-aged Lama out to eat. Talk to him, ask him, let him practice his English also, very good. Right? So that's why, and he's fully qualified scholar, Buddhist scholar. So if you want to ask about Buddhism and all this, Geshe Trinle, Geshe Trinle. Actually, I think Tibetan Geshe Trinle. Yeah. So you got difficult relationship. That is because you have difficult relationship with yourself. Okay? All our trigger points are your own choice. It's like something happened, is because it's your choice to be triggered. Alright? If you really cannot help it, if you really cannot help but to be triggered, then you must ask yourself, why are you addicted to suffering? Right? There are people who are addicted to suffering, like addicted to watching TV, addicted to drinking, addicted to smoking, addicted to shopping, addicted to crying, addicted to seeing the sadness, and then they're crying and crying and crying. It's addiction. Even people who are addicted to being depressed, they're addicted to sleeping, so like that. Okay? You got any other any questions? Anybody have any questions? Or want to share anything? No? Okay? So the reality is we are our own best friend. And we are also our own best enemy. Nobody else. Not your parents, not your teacher, not your school classmates, not your colleagues, not your boss, not your grandparents, not your ancestors, this and that. We chose what we want. We chose who we wanted to mimic. The Chinese word for learning is actually the English word, not learning. 学. Okay? Many people say it's learning. Actually, the Chinese word for that is not learning. Learning is wrong translation. Is mimicking. Do you understand? When you go to school, you mimic what the school teacher want you to repeat. You understand? 学. 我学你. I learn from you. 我学你. Now you understand? Yeah. Like for example, we make a monkey face. I have never seen, if I never seen a monkey face, I never seen this face before, where I see, and then immediately right? Like I never seen people roll eyes, and I see people roll eyes, I also go, right? Yeah, there's somebody behind you there. Always roll eyes. Yeah, I pray one day something happen. I pray someday something happen, right? Then the eyes don't roll already. But one day the eyes will be permanently rolled. For all of us, one day the eyes will permanently roll, right? Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. The day when our legs become straight and our eyes will roll. You realize? It always happens like that. The eyes will roll and the legs become straight. Very naturally. The first time I saw, actually I didn't believe, when I was 20 over years old, I saw an old chicken passing away. Old chicken. And the old chicken was very, I don't know, they said maybe 10 over years old. And the chicken came to me. And then and the chicken knew me. And so I was there to pray for the chicken. So pet the chicken, and then after that the chicken lie down near me, and then suddenly the three classic things manifested. The chicken leg became straight, eyes went out, rolled up, and then poop came out. Then I said, okay, then I did the Pawa prayers for the chicken. So the moment the consciousness come out, there's the three things come out. Three things manifest. Eyes roll up, poop and pee come out, and the legs become straight. So then I thought, oh, then I thought, it's a human being also. And when you have a pet dog, when the pet the die also like this. Right? So then, oh, yes. So rather than to think about being superstitious about many things, use the observe nature and learn from it and understand. When I always tell the animals when they die. I always tell the people when they die. When I'm around, I said, okay, now the light separate from the lantern. The light separate from the lantern. So every night when you sleep, in order not to have a dream that you are you think yourself, you think, now my light separate from this lantern. I just be light. Just be light. You don't even need to visualize a flame. Just you are just consciousness. You're just the aura of light, of clarity. You are not man, you are not woman, you're not your race, you're not your culture, you're not your name, you're not. Just allow all these things to. Right? And according to, if you've taken tantric initiation, maybe tomorrow those who come take green Tara initiation, then I give some special teaching what to do. Okay? Thank you. Yes, what?
Question from online says, how can you help other people when they are triggered? Only saying that they need to relax can trigger them even more.
When they are triggered, first of all, help yourself. You should not be triggered too. Okay? When people are triggered, they are reacting. If you are in the presence of people who are triggered, choose to respond. That means you may not need to do anything at that time. Because when people are triggered, they are like on a high. To me, I see, you look at the video, many people take drugs. When they take drugs, what happened? What happened when they take drugs? Can you tell me? Escape. Some people cannot walk properly. Some, right? When they take drugs, some are like living zombies. Right? So at that time, what can you do? There's nothing you can do. Because Tibetan have this word called, they are lung. Chinese also have this word, they are toufeng, headwind. Also lung. Lung is wind. Right? In another dialect, they say ki tao hong. Right? The wind is blowing. So they are going crazy. What can you do? Because they already got triggered. You understand? So Lama Soba Rinpoche says, the main thing in the practice is we practice not to understand the trigger points and not to be triggered. Because the moment once you are triggered, it takes a long time to recover. Because when you are triggered, then many people have the idea that, oh, it is a trauma, it is something very bad, or it already goes into the washing machine, you know. Once the clothes go into the washing machine, it gets wet. And then it goes through a cycle of wash and soap and everything, right? So for it to become clean again, after that, then it needs to be, here very easy. Wash already, put in the dryer, right? Yeah. Then settle the problem. You know, with regards to laundry, there are the 5 sutras. Yeah, with laundry, you know. My childhood. The moment I see you do laundry, I know whether you live in the countryside or not. Do you know? Okay, I tell you one secret. So what are the 5 sutras of doing laundry? Okay, washing the clothes. Okay, drying the clothes. Then once they are dry, you have to keep the clothes, the 3rd one. Then the 4th one, you got to fold the clothes. On the 5th one, you have to iron the clothes. So 5, I call this the 5 sutra. Okay, 5 steps that could do with laundry. Isn't it? Right? And how do I know if you live in the countryside before? Very simple. Those of us who live in the countryside before, we put the clothes on the plants to dry, put it out on the grass to dry, and then what happens? When it's dry, what do? Huh? Yeah, you flick the clothes, right? So you see, the moment the clothes dry and then you flick, I know, this person stayed in countryside before. And they were these people who live in the countryside before are more reliable. They're more reliable because they know how things are not, how to say, not to take things for granted. Not take things for granted. That is the reliability. Because they don't take things for granted. They know how life was before having all these conveniences. You see my point? It's not because they are reliable, because they are better quality people, they are this. No. It's just simply because you have what? Electricity? Or you have city water? Right? I think this that you have a water closet toilet that you're not in the outhouse. Right? I grew up living in my grandmother, there's an outhouse, outhouse without flush. Yeah, there's a really, congratulations, $100. Yeah, my great grandmother wrote the cigarette for me when I was 5 years old to go toilet. The paper, and then put the tobacco leaf, and then roll up, then stick in it, light it up, and I go toilet. Yeah, Hokkien called ang hun, red smoke. Yeah, red smoke. Yeah. So because very fragrant inside the outhouse. So really, if you gone through difficulty, then you appreciate modern conveniences. If you never go through difficulty, you take everything for granted. Then the first thing is, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that. The main thing right now, look at this, how to deal with difficult relationship. Why are you not happy with this, not happy with that? Because you don't know what to be happy about. Right? Because they don't know what to be happy about. Because everything has been provided for them. What's there to be happy about? Because everything was there all along. But if everything have been some good, some bad, the convenience of having a gas stove versus having to chop the firewood and cook with a wood-fired oven and everything, or fire too big, hot, or in Mongolia, you got the stove right in the middle of the gear, right? When you're very cold, you want to put a lot of firewood, then the fire burns very strongly, then inside you're baking in the oven. Right? So everything needs experience, middle path. Have some fire, make the little bit small and everything, not so big, not too small, not too big. Everything needs balance. So everything is an experience. Okay? The most important experience I hope to share with you and you remember is, you are not yourself, you are the light, not the lantern. Can? Yeah. So this how you, when you say how to help people when they are triggered, right? I got many students also, many people also get triggered, for whatever reason. Suddenly they get triggered and then their choice. What do you want to do? Right? What do you want to do? Even this Devadatta created something, right? Because Lord Buddha says, can eat meat. If you beg for food, you eat whatever you want. You eat whatever people give you because you are a beggar, right? And Devadatta said before his Brahmin, and he said no, to practice purely in religion. All monks cannot live in the city. They can only live in the forest. First point. Second point, they proposed to Lord Buddha in front of a great congregation. He asked everybody to go before Lord Buddha. First, all monks cannot live in the city, only live under trees. Second, they must be pure vegetarian. Right? Pure vegetarian. Right? So basically the just looking at these 2 points, Lord Buddha refuted, He said, if you live in the forest, it will be so inconvenient for people to offer food. And it's so inconvenient for the monks to walk there to offer to get food and walk back. Then it's beyond the noon time. It's the same as an ordinary person who want to renounce worldly life, but then they have to work so hard to have food and shelter. Second one is about vegetarianism, The vegetarianism one was, if you are pure choice of to become pure vegetarian, then then it becomes the same as the Hindu Brahmin. Then that is not being a beggar. Beggar is you eat whatever people can give you. Okay, so basically about these are some of the things that I said. What are the trigger points when we are triggered and we are this and we are that? Every one of us will face it. Every single one of us, including you, including me. Right? Like, for example, there are people whom I always say, don't keep on saying sorry. Learn to say thank you. Then immediately say, oh, sorry. Yeah. it can drive me through, it can eat me up and drive me through the roof, or just say, this person is just, he's just there. He's just there. There are people who will just say, or I just say, do this. Spontaneously, I said, do this, okay, and ask the other person how, where this thing, and then after that do. The other person will say, oh, I beg your pardon. I beg for your pardon, all that, I didn't know, and this and that. I can get triggered because I didn't say that. I didn't say I blame you. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't say I blame you. Why are you talking to me that as though you need to be pardoned? I can choose to be triggered and say that, are you insulting me that I'm a narcissist? Or I can just say, this person is like that. Can I live with this person? Or do I choose to, you are not my gang, you are not my friend. Since you don't want to listen and you don't this, please get out. You see? In life, it is like that. Totally like that. Either you choose to live with it, or you choose to run away. Many people will choose to run away. But like I said, I always remember what my guru said. You cannot return the baby to the sender. Isn't it? People will say that, oh, children giving me a lot of problem. But the children mimic you. And the children mimic you and give you the same problem. Where the problem come from? Ourselves. Right? Let's say just now I explained, right? The Chinese word share, wrong translation is learning. Most correct is mimicking. Right? If you do a monkey face, I never seen this monkey face before. The moment I see, I learn. That's it. I mimic. Not learn, sorry. Mimic. Understand now? Okay? So I hope you have this clarity. Thank you. See you tomorrow morning. Please be vegetarian. Please choose to be vegetarian before the initiation. Okay? And I pray you can have many moments of awakening continuously. Okay? Remember, you be the light, not your lantern. Good night. May your precious body mind, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have known decline, but increase forevermore. Okay.